This is the Nightwolf howling at you, and today we're going to look at the Transformers Legacy United Cliff Jumper versus everyone else pack. In this case specifically, we're going to look at the Tarantulas figure from this set, part of the Beast Wars universe line, and in this case, he is actually the toy color version, or relatively close to the toy color version. Seriously, why is it stuck? And of course, we got his two weapons. Weirdly enough, well, not, oh, this one's not. This is based on the original weapon that came with the toy back in the 90s. But he also comes with this little saw weapon, which came with the transmetal version of Tarantulas. You know, I'm just going to say off the bat, the plastic on this one feels kind of cheap to me. He does come with a different head sculpt than the original release of Tarantulas in this line, based on the animated model and not the toy. And sadly, unlike the one of the previous 4-packs, so we've gotten like 2 4-packs for Transformers Legacy, I want to say, from Target exclusives. In the first pack, they didn't come with any extra heads. In the second pack, they came with extra heads, the characters that had like alternate versions. The original Beast Wars toys, as you know, had their regular head and their quote mutant head, which was usually just flipping the head in a different direction, and there was a secondary face there, looking a little bit more monstrous, or it had something that flipped up or flipped forward. And that's how you kind of got 2 different looks for Black Arachnia and Tarantulas in the anime. Black Arachnia had well, it would be this head, the regular robot head, and then Tarantulas had the mutated head. Unfortunately, when they did the toy version of Black Arachnia in the first set, they only gave us the regular head. They didn't give us the mutated head. Or no, they gave us the mutated head and not the regular head. And I would have liked to have had the regular head on it. But that's why I liked the second pack, because the characters came with both their mutant head and their regular head, so you could swap them out. So that was like Scorponok and Waspinator, or Buzzsaw. Buzzoff is Masters of the Universe. Also had the both heads where you could just swap the heads out, and that was great. I really liked that, and I wish they would have done that with this one and with the other one. But that's a whole separate story. Let's go ahead and talk articulation. His head is on a ball joint, but it does not give us a whole lot of leeway on the up and down here. But we do get a 360 without any real hassle. The arms, due to transformation, have kind of a butterfly joint there. You can spin them, and you can hinge them up and down. There is a bicep cut, although that again has to do more with dealing with the legs here and the transformation of said legs. Ooh, and we popped out one of the legs. Each leg is articulated separately. If you watched the show, both Black Arachnia and Tarantulas were able to put their legs forward and shoot like machine guns out of them. It was kind of cool, honestly. So we have the bicep cut. That also gives us a wrist cut because of the transformation of the legs. And then we have a hinge here for the foreclaw thing. We have a waist swivel, which is hindered by the carapace of his insect mode. And unfortunately, we can't really pull it out to get it any further than this far of a twist. So I think he's got about a 40-degree range of motion there. And I think I already talked about the hinge going up and down, right? If I didn't, there's a hinge going up and down on the arms. He can kick forward, fully forward. He can kick back far, and he could probably kick back further if his shell wasn't getting in the way. But if you slide him out, you can get it that far. But this also allows for extreme when it comes to kicking upwards or doing the splits. And he stays up on doing the splits, so that's cool. We do have a thigh cut on here, so we can spin it around. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with transformation, though. We have a double jointed knee with a little spiky thing, so he could go there and kick you in the nuts with that and, like, cut through your balls. That's actually going to have more to do with transformation, I want to say. We have a hinge at the ankle and a rocker that goes inwards. So that can help us with a little bit of posability on him. I think I just accidentally put him in the Naruto run. To be fair, this toy is definitely not the reason why I bought that multiple pack. I wanted the cliff jumper and the squeeze play. But now let's see if I can transform him. I have the original Tarantulas, so I have done it before. But it's been a while. You know what I love is when one side goes in place and you can't get the other side in place. Those would be the spinnerets in the butt to do the spider webbing. He's going to cut his dick off that way. So one of the things with this where, well, I guess you could do it like this. But one of the things that's kind of problematic with when they do the hollow gaps and things is that, like, if you wanted to have his mandibles up like this, you just see the hollow gaps in there really bad. But you could always go ahead and just have them pointed down like this. But this looks, I don't know, this makes me think of a crab more than a spider for some reason. I guess they're both 8-legged, so whatever. He's not really sitting quite great. But you know what? The ball joints on this version is actually pretty strong. So, or at least on the legs. So you can actually have him off the ground, which is excellent. But I am not a big fan of this color scheme for him. And as far as articulation goes in this manner, other than spinning the mandibles around a little bit, and you can kind of like click them in and out like this. The only thing else that's articulated is his legs. So in beast mode, he definitely hurts for articulation. But you're probably not going to do much with him. The Unfortunately, again, with that whole hollow gap thing, because his, I mean, it was a grapple launcher, right? Basically, in the old toy. But because of hollow gaps up at the top here, just to save that like 0.005 cents in manufacturing process, it's very empty here, and it just looks really awful. And I think they should have just filled this all the way in, because it looks so much nicer on this side, but you can't flip it over because this is where it pegs in, and that's only compatible on these two open gaps here, which that's fine. The open gap on that one, it's got a purpose. If I can get it back in place now. So if you were unable to get the original Tarantulas, I would say this is a good way to get him. Though again, I'm not a big fan of the orange color scheme on this. I don't even think the original toy was orange. I think it was more brown, but I can't remember. But I hope you enjoyed this look at the Tarantulas figure, and I only had a little bit of trouble transforming him. Although I guess technically I did cheat since I have transformed the previous version of Tarantulas. Although he's actually in spider mode in my display at home, because I think the spider mode looks cooler than his robot mode. But I want to hear what you think about this figure. Do you think it's going to be worth getting? If you haven't, and the 4-pack in general, do you want to get those or do you not care? And if you'd like to hit that little subscription button, it would be greatly appreciated. And I thank you for watching. Peace and love.